17 or 18.
The escape.
Well, it's a great pleasure to be back in the studio of Turnstile Records presenting the Escape Pods. My name is Jezbot, and I'm here with two buddies of mine, Adstinookles and Timmy Bloody Tacos.
Okay.
It's a bit rough. It was a bit rough, but
That's all right.
You wear that, or you wear the I'm here with mates because I'm
we're friends.
loosely. Yeah.
Because we're the only ones here.
Yep.
So
You're back, Ads.
I'm back.
Yep. Good to
Bigger
see you.
than ever.
How have you been?
Oh, so good. So good, it's not funny.
That's a seamless sort of segue.
Yeah. Oh,
so good in puddings and pies.
oh, so good. So good on a cereal.
So good in a drink.
So good is the reason why.
So good is
So good. And Tim, how are you? Haven't seen you for about two hours.
I'd say I'm so good.
That's good.
Feeling happy that we prepared something today.
Yeah.
Very good.
Just
Yeah.
to check though,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Is that like doubly so good or so?
No, I've got a stutter, and I really don't appreciate you pointing that out to everybody.
Okay.
So
That's
so good.
You know what I mean? No, because it so
Yeah.
good
So
or
so.
so
Good.
good.
Cozy.
Molto bene.
Cozy.
Molto bene. Do you need to say like very, very or so? It's just either one of the. It's just very big or it's so delicious. It's so delicious.
So.
All those extra five sort of unnecessary. I would
It's the old
think.
ATM machine, isn't it?
Yes, it
Sure is.
Yes,
It sure is.
Your BS. What is it? BSB number.
Yeah.
Is that right? No, that's not right.
No, that's completely wrong.
no.
That's
That is
online.
ABN number.
ABN number.
No.
There we go. The old BSB number.
So this is
It's a good start. It's a good start.
episode
69 dudes.
Dudes.
So the reason I was
You really must go.
You really must.
swearing up the top, just to give you a bit of a warning that it is going to be blue, and I'm not talking about the colour.
Fuck no.
You're going to talk.
He said
You're going to
he
be
said-
talking. You're talking about the VHS section at Blockbuster.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yes.
So if you do have delicate ears,
Go fuck yourself. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because the number of the episode
it's 69.
dictated the
Dictate.
dictated the
Yeah.
theme of the
Sure did.
vibe. I
Take.
would like to say.
The bowl.
Like
Did
a
you-
theme.
You went with the VHS then, didn't you?
I did.
Slight news story.
Yeah.
Facebook. Knox City, I'm going to say council, possibly shopping centre,
Mm.
just pumped out. I'm going to make this bit slightly up. It was either 30 or 40th anniversary photos, and it was like awesome photos of 1980 brashes and shit like
Yeah,
that.
okay.
It was so good.
So good.
So good.
So good.
So
Yeah.
Brashes was a part of
Our lives.
Everyone's childhood.
Maya, or was it its own
Nah,
shop? Or
independent.
did it got scaled down into
Got taken
a,
over by like Sanity and stuff like that.
Virgin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
Keep with
So
the theme.
yeah.
Virgin.
Yeah, because you used to be able to buy vinyl records from there. Now you can get them from
Cassettes.
JB Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
And they're bringing
cassettes
back
shit.
cassettes again.
Yeah.
Seen that?
Full
Should
circle.
they? Shouldn't they? Should they? Shouldn't they?
To be honest, it's probably just a bit of a little hippity hoppity.
I think it is, but
I
they
heard
are.
that it's going to be like 50 gig worth of at
you
record
can
time.
actually fit.
Wow.
You can actually fit an extreme amount of data on a
World Wide Web.
tape.
Oh.
Because of the size of the tape, you
Dat.
can compress data on it, and it's got
That's
two
interesting.
sides. That is very interesting. That's what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
Give pay you that one.
And Atari releasing its first console in 20-something
Oh,
years.
yeah.
Yep. And are
Better
they
be-
going to pick up where the graphics left
I
off?
hope so.
Better be good. Like,
Yep.
but you could bring out all the new, the Pitfall returns.
Oh, Pitfall was so good.
ET2.
Pac-Man.
Man, that'll never work.
Miss Pac-Man and Little Pac-Man.
Little Pac-Man.
yeah. It's just very, really smaller.
Atari. Did they get bought out though?
Not sure.
What do you reckon
Why did they
about?
stop?
What do you reckon about when they did bring out Pac-Man 2 Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah.
That it wasn't.
Pac-Man 2 was Pac Lady.
No, like the
Ms.
the new versions, like the updated version, and it's like a platform game. Like it's no longer just chasing little ghosty ghosts and eating gobbles. It's like
Pac-World.
walking around
It's
Pac-Man.
Mario
No
World.
good.
No good.
So if they would have sat down and talked about, okay, we're going
I
to
can't
do a
guarantee.
female version. Yeah, I can.
I was like,
We're gonna-
Mayo.
well, they've sat down to talk about what are we going to call the female version of Pac-Man. Ms. Pac-Man.
Not Pac-Woman.
No, not Pac-Lady.
No, Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Do you reckon, though, it
You're
was
fine,
like
Gary.
still because of that era that just the sexist? I'm not having a lady.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
chuck a pink bow on her. That's a chick.
Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man.
Miss
So that's
Pac-Man.
his surname.
You couldn't come up with
What's his
anything.
first name?
Mister.
True. So is he related to all the Mr. Men?
Possibly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Mr.
He is a
Happy.
man.
He's a yellow guy.
Yeah. Favorite
Man.
favorite Mr. Man.
Long arm. What was his
Me
name?
too.
See, I
Me
would have
too.
said,
Tickle-
I would have
tickle
said the
guy.
same
Tickle.
thing.
Mr. Tickle.
Mr. Tickle.
Is that because like
Reminds you
name
of
a
pedophiles?
fruit? Name a fruit.
Pineapple.
Yeah. See, that's exactly what I would have said.
Yeah.
I was
No,
Nor-
it's like no. Wait a minute. Before you do that,
Yeah.
it's also like name a vegetable.
carrot.
Oh,
Do we all say carrot?
I did.
I said cucumber.
Yeah. Okay, but you went with a C.
69. Yeah.
No, you wouldn't have listened.
Keeping
to
with the theme, this is blue.
No, you
Carrots
wouldn't
and cucumbers.
Okay.
just on the cucumbers.
Shucks,
You
you
wouldn't have
cucumber.
listened to the last episode because I don't think it's in your time it's not up yet.
No.
yet.
So you haven't heard that?
Yeah.
But the lady eating the cucumber.
Yes.
Now I love that.
Should have saved it for this.
17 minutes of lady eating cucumber.
Should've
I
put
can't
in
get
this
over
one.
it. I can't get. I know we talked about it last week, but north,
East.
west.
South.
It's the news.
It's
News.
Newsly
Sorts.
news. Yes.
What have we got?
You mean there's more news apart from Atari's bringing out a console?
There is news. Yeah, well, yeah, that's good news.
Well, it's all news today.
All
isn't
news
it?
is good news.
Yeah.
Is it?
Old
Is
news.
it?
Well,
bad news.
Yeah.
old news is good news because most of the stories I have found are from like 2011 or 15. So
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought
it's
that was
pretty old.
current, that story.
So is that still
Well, soon find out.
news?
Well, it was.
Yes.
When does news stop being news? Don't answer that.
When it's old news. Is that like when does a branch
But-
become a
but-
stick?
Yeah, but then that becomes Ms. Old News.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Last week we talked about horrors and creepy crawlies in Australia.
Cucumbers.
And now they've found another really exciting one. Exciting, Tim.
Well, yeah, it is
Yeah.
kind of exciting. Well, the
I'll be the judge of that. Thanks,
horrors,
guys.
I know,
the horrors
that's right.
that tourists face when they come in here. You got
Oh,
your spider, you got
what?
your snakes.
Hey, while we're on the blue, what a country this is.
It sure is. Northern Territory.
Little spiders will get you.
See you on the NT.
Yeah, and if they don't get you, the bloody snakes will. And if they
But
don't,
in this news
Drop
story, I think
bears.
they've
Drop
found
bears.
they've
Yes,
found
yeah.
something else which is a little bit risque. Do you want to tell us about it?
Yes. Trove of new horror species discovered in an Australian abyss. That's a very
Abyss?
deep hole.
oh,
Yeah,
it is.
Deep hole.
Deep hole.
A month-long expedition off Australia's coast has returned with a whole new collection of abyssal beasts.
Is that a real word?
It is
Abyssal?
now.
You sure it's not abysmal?
What lurks in the ocean's abyssal depths?
What does? I often ask myself
Often,
the
yeah.
same question.
We're
Just
about,
last night over the
Does
table.
work at abyssal depths?
Wonder.
we're about to find out.
Okay.
That was the question the crew of the the research vessel RV investigator.
Yeah, I get the feeling you put
Yeah.
the pause in the wrong spot
What were
as
you
well.
guys asking yourself on?
Oh, God.
Excuse me, what were you guys asking yourself on board?
What
What
lurks
lies in the abyssal depths?
of the ocean? Oh, God.
Tim's
Speaking
having a bit of a
Of
hard
abyssal
time over there.
depths. You want to
I
clear
had
that?
stuck him off road.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Cucumber.
Bit of a what do they call those things? A muscle, not a muscle. I really should not think about
Don't think about it.
what I'm saying before.
Is that what that is?
A loogie.
Yeah.
So
69s, you really must try.
they've gone out month-long expedition, going down deep
Deep, like.
Okay.
into the abyss.
So is that like so? Deep.
It's deep. So and that.
When does deep stop and abyssal start? That's what I've always wondered.
Probably
That's a
in
question
an
that I'd be
abyss.
asking.
I would say over a kilometre. I'm saying
Done.
1K.
Who am I to argue?
Now, here we go. Here's a clue. At 4,000 meters down in the ocean, well, that would suggest that that's at abyss range.
Past
That's abyssal.
Okay,
range.
It's
which you said.
abyssal range. What they did was they found a new species called it's a peanut worm of the
Fucking terrible name for something
it's
lurking in the
pretty-
ocean's abyssal deep.
yeah, peanut.
Here we go. We got a peanut worm.
Wait, I've just pulled that up on my computer.
He's
the peanut
pulled his
worm
peanut.
of the phylum
Spinuncular.
Sipuncula.
Spunk?
Yes. Spunk.
Sipuncula.
Yes.
Yeah, it is too.
Now, here's the juicy part.
Yeah, spunk.
Its knob-like head shrinks when threatened. Ironically, it can reproduce asexually, and it looks like a cock.
Yeah, it does.
There you go. I'll just show you the ads.
It does.
So does.
It does.
Do yourself a favour and look up the peanut worm.
How has seriously? Is it possible at a stretch, because that's 4,000 meters below, that there was someone, I don't want to be sexist, has thrown overboard a sex toy, like about to get busted and gone, yoink.
Miss Backman.
Yeah, Miss Pac-Man.
Why were they getting
Did you say
busted?
Pac-Man or Backman?
Ah.
Miss Backman.
Miss Pac-Man had her toy and went,
Why was she?
you get lonely at sea.
Embarrassed. Embarrassed.
She was
Yeah,
embarrassed. was she?
you get lonely
No,
at sea,
no,
you
no.
get embarrassed, you
of her
pivot.
loneliness.
Someone's gone down, unless it was
I like it.
theirs, and they've gone.
Well, and then
Oh
the
shit! Look, it's the old
Yeah, 'cause
peanut
it was really
worm.
strange. It was really strange. We only found one of them.
Yeah.
So this thing looks
This vibrates a touch.
this thing shrinks when it's threatened. So we've all been there,
We've been there.
you know.
Yeah,
And
you're in
it's
there.
Translucent, and it's like it
We've
looks
all
like
been there.
an 8-inch dong.
We
None
haven't
of us
been
have
there.
been
Never been.
Nope.
We're out.
With a bit of a members
Just a
head.
peanut.
So it's kind of it's an
Very
above
phallic.
average.
It's very
Yeah.
phallic.
creature.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But the photo
What's
does
its girth like, though?
Girth.
I challenge its
That's
girth.
what really counts,
Yeah,
isn't it? It's also how you use that
Yeah.
creature.
in the abyss.
it reproduces asexually. So, but if you looked like that, wouldn't you go fuck yourself too?
Yeah.
Go fuck
definitely,
yourself.
definitely.
Nailed
Yeah.
the delivery
Thank you.
too.
There you
There you
go.
go.
There you go.
Excellent.
So it looks
Okay.
like a penis.
It sure does.
And that's
and
that
then,
story.
That's
in other penis news,
when Buzz and Woody discovered Andy's mum's toys and they had the same name.
I love it.
Wow. It's on fire.
69, dude.
69,
Dude,
69.
Canadian sues hospital over penis surgery.
Is it Bieber?
Don't know.
I see.
A Canadian man is suing
Not Bieber.
a Montreal area hospital over a botched surgery that has left his penis 1 inch shorter,
Oh, no one can afford that.
claiming it ruined his
Except the
sex
peanut
life
worm.
and his marriage. So was he?
What did he start at? Does it say?
That's what we want to know.
That's what you
That's
got
what
to
we want to
know.
know. It may say it further down, but if it doesn't,
don't
that is up
think
for
about it.
debate.
Yeah.
Must.
Make it
A
up.
masturbate. Yeah.
The man whose identity was withheld by Sun Media.
Did they
told the
pixelate his cock?
There wasn't that many pixels in the end. There's only like 3 pixels.
Yeah,
and
that's
it
right.
was totally covered.
We used 1 inch less amount of pixels. A newspaper chain. He told the newspaper chain he had been rushed to hospital in 2011, which was a
There you
little
go.
bit ago, but it's penis news.
It is penis news.
With a fractured appendage.
Fractured.
Busted it.
Yep.
Is there anyone that's ever busted it?
No.
No.
I don't know what you're doing to bust it.
No.
It does
You do-
happen.
Whatever
You're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong. Yeah. You're,
Shit.
doing,
It's
you're doing
about-
it hard. You're doing it wrong.
Maybe they're doing it right. Maybe they're doing it so right it hurt.
I don't understand. When I mash it with a hammer, it's supposed to work. I broke it.
You ever seen those videos? You ever seen those videos on the internet?
of dudes mashing it with a hammer.
Wait. What are you? What's the search words that you put into the Jezbot to get such a thing?
Man mashes his cock with a hammer.
Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. It's weird. The injury was sustained while having sexual
That's where we're
intercourse.
leaving that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The injury was sustained while having sex with his wife. The doctor said, "You're doing it wrong."
Yeah. 69.
She beat me. Surgery to correct the injury reportedly left a permanent scar on his appendage and reduced his length by about an inch.
Tell you what, though, if they're repairing it, you got to be pretty,
You should
happy
be
with
happy.
the outcome.
You should be happy.
Pardon the outcome pun as well.
Yeah.
But if you've got a broken cock and someone goes, I
can fix this.
it,"
I can fix
you
this.
go, cool.
Great.
Yeah.
I
Cheers
lost
for that.
Yep. I lost an inch,
Yeah.
but I've gained a cock.
Correct.
Right.
We will have to tell you to stop mashing it with a hammer, though. Try something softer. Mash it with a pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need
Or your hand.
Yeah.
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 The man claims he was unable to have sex for 2 years. His wife eventually walked out on him.
Hey,
Yeah, she did.
We've all been there. We've all been there. Haven't had sex for 2 years, and she's a bitch.
Yeah, that's right. If they haven't had sex for 2 years, I don't think it's got anything to do with his. It's got
No.
to do with their relationship falling apart.
Can't they do other things? Like I said last week, sex is a bit is fluid. It's neither here nor there.
Fluid?
It's
Deep down in the abyss it is.
Yeah, it's very wet down there now. Why can't they do something else in the boudoir rather than just old cock and tangle mash hammer? I don't know what that means, but
You do, because you watch it.
it was more of a shoe. It was more of a high heel boot sort of smashing.
Shoehorning
He's
it in
only seeking $154,000 in damages for negligence and indescribable anguish,
there.
according to the
154,
statement of the claims cited by some
yeah.
media.
I still reckon the hospital just goes, mate,
Mate.
your cock works.
Well, the allegations have not been proven in court. So does that mean that it didn't go to court, or he just couldn't?
He
They
did
just said, "All right, well, when I see it."
Tell you
take
what,
it
it's
out."
2011 news. Maybe you could follow it up and do some
Maybe.
research.
Well, you
Yeah,
got to
be
do
good.
Maybe not.
You got to do a comparison.
That's
He
not what
has
we're here for.
he has to have photos of
Befores and afters.
befores and afters.
Yeah.
And I know we've all been there. I know
Mhm.
we've all done it.
Yep.
But you don't keep that evidence around because you really don't want people to know.
People seeing photos of you mashing your
Cock with a hammer.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so that's two cock news. It's the news.
It's yeah.
And from Adstinookles, we have a late comer.
Well, not yet.
Just
I was
pull up.
happy with Atari.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Knock City and
Well, I was
Brashes.
hoping you'd do the nudie swim because that.
Oh yeah, we could go with that. Let's do it because it is keeping to the theme of cocks, keeping to the theme of deep dark abysses.
Yeah.
What you will find, and what you'll probably find, is mine's actually a little bit more current,
Okay.
which is always good as far as news goes. But what you'll find,
New news.
mine's new news,
Adstinookles does the new news.
and it's new. Hey,
It's the news.
bit nippy out. More than 1,000 naked swimmers. I've taken from like when I heard you do it before, and you just pause every now and again.
Right.
Brave freezing waters to celebrate the winter solstice.
Correct.
But unfortunately, organisers have run out of, and this is in capital letters, towels.
Wow, what a...
So many swimmers were eager to brave the nippy waters of Hobart's River Derwent for an annual nude swim marking the winter solstice. That it resulted in a towel shortage.
Two
Awkward.
things.
It's cold. It's winter. So, do you reckon there's a dude?
Awkward.
Yeah, just coming to me, there's a dude there going, I lost an inch when I
Yes.
had my cock operation.
that's right. I
It's not
swear to
normally
God.
this small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it an
Somebody
innie
get me
or
a
an outie
towel.
or
We're
two?
all out of towels.
Two things.
Yep.
Why would you not bring your own towel? And two, why would you
Do it.
show anyone that shame of shrinkage
Yeah.
on purpose?
Double belly buttons. You can't.
Something.
Two innies, two outies. Organisers
can't
of
have
the
it.
event, which also marks the end of the Dark Mofo Festival, fuck yeah, it does, hadn't anticipated so many would turn up and how many towels would be needed.
Why are they supplying towels?
Yeah.
Yeah, bring your
What
own.
is it there? What is it up to them? Couple, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't want to tell you guys what you should or shouldn't do, but there's a couple of good glimpses in that photo as well.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
Is it
Ooh,
really?
is it?
Yeah,
amongst it.
Oh,
A
some of
few
those good-
tan lines.
But just no,
Mostly backs.
no one
Mostly
hot.
backs. I'd say almost all backs.
95%. Can I just have a squeeze of that?
Yeah, why don't you have a little look there?
Why don't you go over there and mash your cock with them into
Sure,
that?
sure. A lot of white freezing people.
I think they should have just said, if you're going to jump in, bring a towel.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
could have
here's
solved
an
that
idea.
whole
You're at the
problem.
beach. You're going for a swim, and you're naked.
Bring a towel.
Towel
Yeah.
up.
See, I don't trust the cold water. I don't trust it being warm enough for me to go, I'm not bringing a towel.
No,
Like,
never.
you'd have to think of that.
It took me a lot to think about what you said, to
Yeah.
be
Well, I
honest.
was trying
To piece it
work
all
out
together.
what the
Yeah,
hell
have I got a
was
blood nose?
Gonna say, yeah. Has just gone cross-eyed.
It's something
Yeah,
about
you're-
you have
you're-
to think
yeah.
that if I'm going to think about the water being cold, the thinking that I do
Yeah.
is
That's blood coming out of
towel?
your
Two things. Packing a car. What's the first two things you think of? I'm going to the beach,
Yeah.
right? So I'm going to need to get
Car
there.
keys.
The
Car
car
keys.
keys. And when I get in the ocean, I don't have togs
I
or
hope I
bathers.
find a cock-shaped bloody peanut worm.
Peanut
Are you
worm.
one? Are you one of those dudes that jumps
Where's
into
this
the water
going?
and goes
Straight in.
for a swim? You get right in.
Straight in.
Are
Yeah.
you
Head under,
dive
go
straight
for it.
in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, hate you.
See, I'm one of those.
Don't like it.
Nah, can't do it.
Tough
Just
dudes.
run and dive.
Right up to the
get
point
it
to
over.
where I get out.
Can't
Yeah.
do that.
Get over and done with. Rip the band-aid off.
Yeah, I don't like
Jesus.
So
Right.
if we were to go to the beach together, I'd call you bloody Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah,
That's right.
Bloody Sheila.
Yeah.
I'd call him.
Put a pink bow on him.
I'd call him Sandy from all the sand in his vagina.
Ugh. Ugh. We know how awkward that can be.
Peanut.
69.
Yeah.
69 dudes. So that was north,
East.
West.
south. It's the news.
It is news.
It was the news, but now it's old news. And no news is good news? Is that
Some
what we
news.
said?
Some news.
yeah. It depends on the news.
Well, there you go. We got through that.
We
So,
did get through that, which is
I
great.
think we got through it. I think we smashed it.
Yeah.
Now, Adsty.
Yes,
well, I've known you for a while now.
years.
And
Couple of decades.
It's
More.
sort of in relation to the movie, but we're not going to delve right into it yet. But
Don't delve into the abyss.
you've been best man quite a few times, haven't you?
I have.
Why do you think people choose you as
Bested
best
man.
man? Is it
To be brutally honest, in amongst my circle of friends, I'm possibly the only one capable of making a speech.
right?
I don't think there's any other reason. There's been a couple where I've either been, because I've bested manded 3 times, I've MC'd twice, and I've groomsmaned 5.
Wow.
But even in those 5, on 2 occasions, I was asked to make a speech.
Right.
Yeah,
So that's a lot.
So
of
they're getting
wedding
you for your speeches, or
either that
Or
or my
like you-
boyish
you-
good looks.
you check
Yeah,
your
well,
track
that's
record.
always
It's
the-
your
My
track
boyish,
record.
yet still slightly rugged good
Okay.
looks. I'd
Do
like-
you think it's a trust thing where the bride says, right, Wombat?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, hands down.
He cannot be in charge of...
Hands
Yeah.
down.
Who do I trust?
Wiley?
Wombat's brother. Actually, I can go to Wombat as well. But Wombat's brother, at his wedding, I had to make a speech, and I got up, and Wombat's brother is a delightful light shade of red hair Aussie bogan football player, beer drinker, and his wife is a little Italian girl, sweet, demure,
Yeah.
delightful.
Sounds hot.
Got up to my yeah,
Just
nah,
don't-
yeah,
don't-
it's a friend.
don't-
Got up and a friend, but and then I the crowd was literally split down the middle.
Oh, I bet she
Pardon
was.
the pun
Yeah.
of our friends on the left, and then the Italian where they have to invite all the family,
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I got up and made a speech, and I thought there was a couple of rib ticklers.
Careless.
Half the room, the other half, what the fuck are these people on?
Yeah.
Right.
And as I sort of walked past Wombat's brother, I said, "Oh, tough crowd." And he said, "Yeah." And he hates making speeches. So he got himself drunk. Drunk as drunk can be. So he gets up, makes a quick speech about, to his wife, my new wife, my wife, I love you, my wife, you're my wife. If it wasn't for you,
I
Look,
wouldn't be married.
I'd probably be in jail. I'd probably,
Dad.
probably, something like that. You know, like
Definitely would have murdered one of you people
Yeah,
out there. Am I right?
Fuck
Out
you,
there?
you're
Yeah.
still a chance.
Yeah.
And well, wait, because then he
Oh.
says, and to my mum, Wombat and his brother, raised by a single mum, love their mum. Don't backchat their mum. Say, love them, mum, I fucking love you so much. Like, you've done so much for us, but fuck, I love you, mum. Love you, mum. And he goes, and people might say that I sound a little bit fucking gay talking like this. This is wedding speech.
Ding.
Yeah. But I don't give a fuck.
Ding.
Because me and Wombat have fucking bashed people for calling us gay.
Oh.
Ding.
Is that
Everyone
the-
raise your glass.
Cheers.
And the Italiano half of the thing was just like I could see them ordering a hit or something. Like, do not let him marry this girl.
That's
So,
racist.
so a classic example of no ad-libbing.
I think he had a speech, but it just...
It went...
Wombat.
It kind of went the wayside once he started to
Wombat's
get passionate
wedding.
about the
Wombat's
part.
You
wedding.
managed to lock down a lady.
Lock it down.
Wicked.
Right?
Good on him.
Delightful. Well out of his league. Well. Got married on her 40th, a surprise wedding. Right? So, surprise wedding. Didn't know it was on.
He
She
didn't.
didn't
He
or
didn't
he
know it.
They knew, we didn't.
Right.
So we rock up. It was in, I won't say the suburb, but it's just in a hall where they also have the farmers market, right?
Okay.
So it's a 40th. There's a bit, only music is an iPod plugged into a speaker. Right, we're rocking. Then she goes, I'm going to go put the kids down, comes back in a wedding dress. Let's do this. But because of this, of our friends, because for those of you who don't know, Wombat hates the world, so he'd only invited like 5
Sure, that's not Jeremy.
of our
Could be.
friends.
It sounds
Could
a
be.
lot like me.
AKA.
Yeah. Jeremy.
Jezbot.
Yeah.
Only invited 5 of our friends. 2 were late because they thought they were rocking up for
To
a
a
40th.
40th.
Yeah, because they're just going to come when it's cool.
Speech. Wombat. He says, so, a lot of you probably looking around the room going, fuck, where's his family? Where's his friends? I don't really give a fuck. This again, I don't give a fuck. This is part of his wedding speech. I don't even really talk to most of my family. The only one you'll see here is my mum. The rest of them, I don't care. Shez, her family means more to me than my family does. And as for my friends, points at me. Adsy, you're cool. Points at another bloke. You're all right. Points at another bloke and goes, fuck you. He was late because you were driving and you brought him here. And the bloke goes, oh, I thought it was a 40th. Fuck you. And
Wow.
this is wedding speech. This is wedding speech.
He's a charmer.
Oh, delightful. Drop the mic, I'm out. Peace.
Tearjerker.
Yeah.
A tearjerker.
A real tearjerker.
Has he got his own podcast?
He wouldn't like
He
him.
needs
Seems to be.
He doesn't like potting. Doesn't like potting. He
Madam-
actually
Madam
used to. We
Wood.
used to say he was going to write a book about what pisses me off,
Yeah.
and that was like going to be his whole.
What cheeses me off?
What pisses me off?
Number one, the escape pods when they talk about me.
Fuck you.
Don't like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Fuck
Don't
you.
Yeah.
No, it's his wedding speech.
So
He didn't bring up gays?
No.
No,
No.
his brother did that in the
No.
follow-up speech.
Yeah.
So that was just a line of questioning that. Excuse me. Now I've got the oyster in my gullet.
Oh god.
You eat any oysters again during the show?
I
We
am.
talked
I
about
am.
that.
I can hear I'm a bit nasally, so
God.
but that was in preparation for the movie, and I
Was
just
the second
wanted
half of the show.
for the second half of the
Yep.
show.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring everyone else up to speed of how many times you have been involved with weddings, directly or indirectly.
Oh god.
You still got one coming, haven't you?
Got another one.
Still
coming.
happening?
Yeah.
Good.
Got another Wombat's brother story coming as well. But when he was best man at the one I emceed, we don't want to touch on all of these early. Safe to say, I had to take the microphone off him
So you were the follow-up speech.
when he referred to the best man as, because everywhere we went, younger, footy field. If I was centre half back, he was half back flank. If he was ruck, I was rover. Guess you could say we
What?
were like Bobby and Whitney.
Oh no.
Without the
Kevin Costner and the bodyguard Whitney. No, more like Bobby and Whitney, but without the cocaine. No, there was that time we had to crack cocaine and those hookers. This is at his best mate's
Oh,
speech.
God.
I'm going to need you to pass me the microphone. And he says, listen, Adsy's trying to wrap me up. Give me the microphone, please. You're done.
You're done.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Adsy.
You
You're
gotta
on the
get boy
bench
off.
for 5.
Yeah, got to get the
Oh,
boy off.
he's going to take a break. Why don't we take a break?
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay, let's just do that. Here we go.
Hey kids, there's a new toy in town.
Piece of shit!
That's right, kids. Piece of shit. The toy that gives you seconds of fun. Piece of shit comes fully assembled, but when you take it out of the box, piece of shit falls apart right before your eyes. Radical. Drive your parents crazy because when piece of shit breaks, it makes a noise, reminding your parents to buy you another piece of shit. Pieces of shit is only $199.99. And when you replace your broken piece of shit, it's $299.99. There are no refunds, no guarantees, and no contact numbers. Just a piece of shit. So be the coolest kid in the street and purchase your piece of shit
Now!
Join the Piece of Shit fan club and you too can be a piece of shit.
We just wanted to see how many times we could say piece of shit in one little clip.
That's a nice ad for this episode, isn't it? Well, we haven't gone too blue yet, have we? Is it too much
Shut up,
swearing?
you fucking cunt.
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ.
No, we haven't.
Sorry, Mary.
Have you got your...
she doesn't
got your
listen
file
anymore.
updates? Is that working for you?
Yeah, I'm just operating a MacBook, Tim, and
It's very hard, isn't it?
I don't know how to touch all the buttons in that way.
You got 2 fingers. We'll help you scroll down.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
got 2 fingers. That's
this
one
is getting
finger.
better and better.
Is it
For
two
the
in the
blue
two in
thing.
the
2 in the fingers.
and one in the?
Two in the pink and one in the stank.
What's that?
That's called the shocker.
What's that?
Whoa.
That's Barry Larry Terry, who was charged. who was charged with, ready for it, unlawful possession of a wild raccoon and no headlamp on bicycle.
That's how he got busted.
How do our viewers find Barry Larry Terry?
Barry Larry Terry.
Terry.
He's on, if you Facebook the City of Malton Police Department. Barry Larry Terry, unlawful possession of a wild raccoon, no headlamp on bicycle. You'll look at the picture and you will think to yourself, there is so much to unpack here.
It really is. It really is. He is one pencil neck dude.
Isn't he?
Far out.
He's remember school Muppets.
Yep.
Beaker.
Yeah, that's who it fucking is.
It really does look like Beaker.
Only with more of a shock
As
look
to
on his
quote,
face.
as to quote ads, he looks like a budgerigar on a basketball.
Looks like someone whacked a budgeriggar's face on a basketball.
Thank you. I shouldn't really stuff up other people's sayings, but anyway, over to you, Tim.
So this is the second half of the show.
Yeah.
And we pick a movie that inspires us to find stories that reminds us of scenes from that film.
It's pretty simple, isn't it?
It is, really. So we have already picked the film, and in a lot of ways we've hinted towards
Sure.
the way that you
Overall.
conduct yourself during the time of
You've
of a wedding.
yeah. It's
Pre-wedding.
it's all
During the Bucks turns.
It's very convoluted,
Yeah.
but yes.
Yeah.
How do you? Yeah, look, what you just said.
Yeah. Only more
How do you
succinctly.
that?
Not that, but that. So I've got a question, Ads, and that's another question to you.
Love
You're
it.
getting, as you said, you're getting married, and are you excited about your stag party? And who will you have as your? You don't have to name names, but have you got someone in mind that you would want to run the show?
I was going to say for the wedding.
Well, as to not find yourself in a situation where Tim's was the first buck, sort of. First
What
guy to
happened
get
with yours,
married.
Tim? You tell me this and I'll
It
ponder.
was okay.
Hmm.
You know, I had a
Well,
rule
thanks,
of-
because I organised it. So
No, it was good. It was good. Well,
You really must go.
Well, it's like does this stag party is a reflection on the groom or is it a reflection on the best man?
best man.
Best man.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
So
totally.
my,
okay.
yeah, it was good. It was so good.
So
good.
I don't know how I feel about being the center of attention.
Yeah, I'm not a
when
big
there's-
fan
when
of it.
there's-
What was your rule to me when I was organising it?
No
What did you-
whores.
What did you say to me?
No whores and no hammers. We ain't mashing our cocks.
It was
It's
cock
the
related.
HH rule. No whores and no hammers. Refresh my memory.
You said to me, "Do not let some stripper get my cock out in front of all
I did
these
say that.
dudes."
Yeah, I did say that.
Under
Because
no circumstances.
I didn't want
It's Mike Johnson.
people to pull off my pants and see that I'm wearing Mr. Men undies.
And pull you off.
That's right.
That's right. And I just don't like. I'm not very comfortable with the whole.
I don't rate the whole concept, to be honest.
I'm not even big on the lap dance thing.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
I'd rather just hang around with some mates and get as drunk as I possibly can
That's
and fall
right.
over.
well,
Yeah.
that's pretty much how it goes. So
Yeah.
are you relying on somebody to organise that for your?
I don't know, because the issue I have, depending on how... Because, with your bridal party... let's cut to the chase as well. Whatever the lady wants is what you do.
That's what's going to happen.
You don't have a fucking say in any of it.
That's right.
So she says to me, I'm having 10 bridesmaids.
You're having 10 grooms, man.
Correct.
Man,
But there's a chance with my stepdaughter that she may be maid of honour, which means I'd probably be obligated to have my stepson
sure.
as best man.
Good.
He would love
You're
it.
going to mirror it exactly.
Well,
So if she's got an old lady, you've got an old man.
no.
If she's got a...
I don't want you to have an old lady.
Well, she might say, "Oh, I want you in my wedding procession, Mum, Nana."
Nah.
Do you have to get Grandpa?
Nah.
Okay. All right. Ding.
No, yeah, gotcha. No exact mirroring, but I'd feel sort of obligated to go.
So are you saying that it's going to be a little bit dodgy having your stepson there? Let's say Wombat organises a trip to the strippers. Now, how do you feel about strippers? How do you feel about?
I'm not big on strippers.
No, not big on strippers.
Nah, I'm not big.
What
on
would be
Wombat
what would
either.
you be your stripper name if you were to strip?
If personally,
you were
or to
gonna be
get
a stripper.
Yeah,
Well,
I would-
you're the stripper. So
I'm the
pick a name.
stripper.
Yeah.
I would either go with one of two:
Yeah.
Dr. Zeus, not Seuss, Zeus as in the god,
Yeah. Okay.
or Brick Johnson.
Yeah. Okay.
Brick to the Johnson
Just
Johnson.
Brick Johnson.
or the Hammer.
Wait till he gets it out. This
Oh,
is
I would have
Johnson.
thought that you would have picked the name Average Size. You saw what I did there?
I do.
What about
I saw what you did there. You
Adst-
shoehorned a word that didn't fit into another word.
Yeah, that's right. What about Adstinookles?
What about Coxty Bluekins?
Coxty Bluekin.
Coxty Bluekins.
What about
That's what the doctor.
Teddy Rubskins?
Yeah, that sounds like what's your one again, Jeremy?
Mine's Jezbot 69,000.
Wow.
Jizblob. What about
Like Jezbot.
Jezbot Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Or Big Jezzy Jism?
What's your favourite strip club then? If you have to go to a strip club, where do you go? Is it kittens? Is it gold members? Is it gold figures? Is it spearmint rhinos? Is it?
Well, do you want to hear what my stripper name is?
Oh, your stripper
I
name?
didn't even get to say.
Show us your taco.
Timmy Two Fingers.
Yeah, it is.
Or Timmy Ten Fingers?
Yeah.
Timmy Ten Fingers. Timmy Take Off? Timmy Take It Off? I don't know.
Titty Telcoms.
I'm just going to powder you.
Timmy loves taco.
Timmy Taco.
Tucked in
Taco.
I
away.
can just keep the name.
What would you call your strip
Yeah.
club though?
Um,
I'll tell
See,
you.
What
let's,
about-
no,
what
let
about
me
if-
let me check that because we're doing our own strip names.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
if you had a
you'd
strip
perform.
club,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
are you
you're
performing at it?
well,
Or is
I would say, well, let's put it this way. What about, because there's, when there's some strip places that need to try and get the clientele
Oh,
in,
yeah,
so they
no,
start
no,
serving
no.
food and
you don't
doing
want that
anything.
finger
So
food.
let's just say a strip joint that serves food.
Nah,
Let's come up with a name for that.
Like on a
Timmy tacos.
I
like
like
on
it.
a slow Tuesday afternoon when no one's in.
Timmy's Taco.
Yeah,
I would say
slow cook Tuesday.
Tuesday 1 o'clock. There's no one at the strip club. I would say. So you got to have you got to
pull 'em in.
You got to pull them in.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun.
What about
Finger
the-
licking finger food.
Yeah, okay. What about the steamed clam?
Yeah, love it. Okay, now I'm with you.
What
Yeah.
about
Show us your wontons.
shrimp on the Barbie? And by Barbie we mean she's a stripper, and your
Okay,
shrimp
on the-
is your
It's on
dick.
On
Yeah.
the Aussie tip.
Show us your tits.
No.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
What
love
about
it.
slags and snags?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fish and tits.
Fish and tits. Yeah, because there is schnitz and tits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's schnitz
what about
and dicks too.
Is
what
there?
about
Oh, God.
behind the beef curtain?
Yes, so good.
Or here's another one. Bitches with stitches. It has a salad bar section called the Caesar section.
Oh, that is crook.
We just serve Caesar salad.
Yeah, that's crook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. With that, with extra
Yeah.
anchovies.
What about one with the lot?
What do you want on this one?
I don't know why I like this one, but it's Hot Tits Boulevard.
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
like
yeah, I'd go to Hot Tits Boulevard.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
For
like that.
sure.
Yeah.
And the fact you're rubbing yourself.
Yeah.
man. A little.
Careful, the tits are hot. No touchies.
Ah, that's great.
No touches.
That's
Oh
good.
God! Where's that fucking hammer when you need it?
Yeah.
What's the because I do have a few. I've got a question. Is what's the worst thing you've seen at a stag do / bucks party?
I would say the worst thing I ever saw was at our older brother Michael's.
His cock.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Ah.
His cock.
So he was the first dude to get married years ago. Very, very like
Ever?
out of
out
everyone.
of all of us, and
Yeah.
even out of everyone.
Out of everyone, Mick and Jules got married first. Mikey T, you listen to the previous podcast and you can hear the stylings.
Broadcasts.
He had a stripper at, remember, Rosie's. Rosie's off.
Rosie's, which was on the corner of Elizabeth and
Gertrude.
Fenchurch Alley.
Flinders?
Flinders.
Burwood Highway.
Very seedy. Very, very, very seedy. And that was the first stripper I ever saw. I was about 15 or something like that. And
Now I'm with you.
it
gross.
was rank. And
You're there with your dad.
yeah.
You're there with your brothers.
Yeah.
You're watching your brother.
You
Yeah.
got your cock out masturbating.
Well, there was that. There was that. But
It's horrible.
he got his boxes ripped off him, torn off him
Violently.
violently. And
He was
Not
wearing
in a good
Mr.
way.
Manundies.
he was
Yeah,
not.
Mr. Tickle. That would be my strict name.
Ooh.
You just tickle yourself. How
Is
long
that
does this
your
show
hand?
go for? 45 minutes. It's very hard to tickle yourself. It's a good skill. It's
He
very
was
hard skill.
not impressed. Not impressed at all.
I, as a youngster, and I have told the story before, so regular listeners will be well aware of when I had my fake ID when I was 14 and looked like I was 7. We went,
It all checks out there.
yeah, from the Cricketer's Arms, where those who listen will also know there was the bush out the back that said, lift this if the cops come, run out the back through the alley, take off.
Really?
Yeah, have I? You
No,
were
I've
part
never
of
heard
that
that.
episode?
Never.
Oh, episode? You weren't part of this episode. That was when I turned French. Vivi.
Yeah.
Well, what happened was a friend of mine. Do you remember
Wombats.
Hiltz?
Who is it?
Hiltz? Luke Hilton?
Beans.
Beans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
How can he have 9 names?
They all do.
Beaner. He, Beansky was... the-
Hiltsy.
Yeah, it was the kid when you grew up who was trouble as fuck, had a terrible upbringing, mum remarried, stepdad hated him, mum took the stepdad side, Hiltz led us down the path when we were 14 of, let's get drunk, let's get fucked up.
Blame
I'll-
it all on him, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll take mum's car, we'll drive through the Bottle-O at Wheelers Hill.
Through the
Yeah.
bottle-o.
Yeah, because they can't question me. Have you got any ID? Fuck you, I'm driving. Give me
So
the box.
so
True
Hiltz
that,
is
true
your when you get busted with a bong, you go, it's Hiltzy's.
Hiltz. Oh, Hiltz
Yeah.
copped heaps
It's
of shit.
Beans.
He was trouble. Beaner. Tag. Beaner.
Hashtag
He was,
Beaner.
yeah, was trouble, but was a good dude. Of
course he was.
His
Of course he was.
dad worked at the TAFE, and part of his role, so we're going back now 25, 28 years, had a laminator and a scanner.
Oh, yes.
Because he worked at the TAFE, Hiltz took the kids' IDs, scanned them, we stuck a photo on, laminated it, boom, we're 18 and we go to
That's
Outer
dope.
Eastern TAFE. So we were going everywhere. We went to Cricketer's Arms pub, jump on a train. So you stay at Hilt's house, sneak out the laundry window,
True.
boom, up to Glen
Don't
Waverley
sneak
Station.
out through the bush out of the back.
No, that comes.
Okay.
Up to Glen Waverley
bet
train
it does.
station, onto the train, into the city, off at Richmond Station, first pub, Cricketer's Arms.
There, it's right there. Yeah.
Find out years later that it's one of the roughest pubs
is.
It
ever.
sure is. It's the
Rough
Star
as
Wars
guts.
bar.
Yeah, we stroll in.
Oh,
Isn't it? Yeah, and chicks are chained up to fat Jabba the Hutts and
yeah.
shit.
Don't serve you can in here.
No. Well,
What-
we
what?
walk in.
Guys.
Yes, Miss Pac-Mans. We walk in and like go, excuse me, can I please have a jug of beer? And the bartender turns out to be the owner, and he goes, you got any ID, mate? Sure. Slide across the counter. The kind-hearted soul, bearing in mind we're 14, picks up the ID and goes, boys, I don't know where the fuck you've got these from. You're not 18. I can either take these now and cut them up, or we can make a deal. And we just, like, we're thinking, fuck,
Let's
he's going
make
to...
a
Let's
deal.
make a
Yeah.
deal.
Oh, but then we're thinking, fuck, is he going to pimp us out to these fucking big bikey dudes playing pool and shit? And he says, I was young once. What I'm going to do for you is I'm going to serve you beer until you get drunk. And when I say you're drunk, and that's it. There's no more beer. You're only to drink in the back half here where the pool table is.
Yep.
Walk with me, and we walk with him out the back. And if you know the Cricketers' Arms, you know there's a smoker's courtyard type setup out the back.
Sure, all the stabbings happen out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Far left corner. Walk with me. See this bush that hangs down over the fence? Lift it up. There's a gate behind it. If the cops come, you run out here, you lift the bush, you go out the gate, you run out the alley, and you say you were never here if anyone catches you.
Fuck yes.
So for months, we would go in on a Friday and Saturday, play pool with these dudes, and then we find out years later that we're playing with fucking hardened criminals.
Yeah,
and
Yeah, you're
murderers.
playing with ball bearing and
Stitches.
Yep.
yeah.
But this dude legitimately every week would go, that's it, boys, you've had enough.
Yeah, right.
And we'd be pissed, like we were blind. But then, to somehow bring this back to where we were going, jumped on a train one night from there, back to Richmond Station, went in. Hiltz goes, go on, I'll show you where we're going. Crazy Horse, right?
Sure.
Crazy Horse at that stage had live sex shows on stage.
It was actually crazy.
Yeah,
And there were
so
actually
you're
horses.
in like old school cinema seats that are sticky.
Yeah.
Dudes are in the crowd jacking off while other people are shagging on stage, and I'm 14 and a half. That is the worst thing I've ever seen.
That's no stag party. That's just the day in the life of.
No. And peep show booths.
Yeah. What's up with
Big
that?
shout out to Julie. I guess she didn't know that was going on.
No chance. And
As his
again,
mum, Julie.
Jules loves it. Somehow segue this back again to something else ridiculous. I also worked with a gentleman at one stage who said, like, when people complain about their job, this is a shit job, I need another job. He said, this is not a shit job. I once worked at a place similar to Crazy Horse, and my job at the end of the night was to mop out the peep booths.
Oh,
Just patrol.
that's bad.
Ugh.
That's crisis.
Crisis cleaning.
Crisis cleaning. That is.
Wow. Well, that's
That's
I'm
taking a
glad,
turn
I'm
for the
glad
worse.
I asked
Yeah,
that
gosh.
question.
I can't even remember what the question. What was the question? Who's going to be in my bridal party?
Hiltsy. Hashtag beans.
Hiltz and Wombat and Wombat's brother. Strap yourself in. It's going to be fucking you.
This
It's
is
going
the
to be.
thing. You'd be in
bumpy ride.
deep trouble if you didn't invite those boys.
I'll invite them, but they're not being in the bridal party.
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
No chance.
Okay, but
Wow.
they, it's like you'll be having a stag party for them.
There will be no strippers.
No.
Nah, does
No.
not
Well,
interest
you
me.
Did that
I
when
was
you were
not
14.
confused.
It's all
Yeah.
played out.
Nah, even like my 18th and 21st one, dudes are going, we're going to get you a stripper. I would say, if you do, I will jump the fence.
Have
Because
you
I'm,
ever?
I'm like you. I don't want to be the centre of attention with that shit going
You'll
on.
just bail out the bush. The
Yeah,
bush.
yeah, the bushes.
Exit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bushes.
Yeah, the bush. Have you witnessed any pranks or that kind of thing? A circle, like around the wedding time.
Yeah,
Not
see,
pranks in
do you
general.
find as well now, which I'm happier with, that whole let's do something to the guys about to get married seems to have died off a bit.
Well,
Yeah.
it used to be you do
definitely.
the Bucks thing on the night
Not before, yeah.
which is a bad idea.
And you hear shit, and now this is a real somber twist, but you hear shit, and I don't know if it's an urban legend, but like of someone getting chained naked to a pole and then a car crashing into the pole and killing the bloke.
Okay, well
It's interesting you should say that.
It's like a
let's-
segue.
Yeah, that's a great segue.
It is a great
Let's
segue.
bring it back around to a clue. Tim, take it away.
Oh, that's a clue. What?
Well, this next story is a clue about what the movie is.
Is it really? Okay.
Well, sort of.
Oh, it sort of is. Yeah, it is because it's on theme, and that's what we're talking about.
You
So,
guys debate this
yes,
amongst yourselves.
it
Take this off
actually
air.
is. This
Are
one's
we
called,
fighting?
This one's called Borat on a Bike.
Yes, it is.
Ollie, 33, was kidnapped by his so-called friends, driven out into the countryside and forced to cycle 10 miles to his own stag do, wearing nothing but a Borat-style mankini. As friends pushed him out of the car before mounting him on the bike.
Oh, he got mounted.
Yeah, ooh.
Well,
They
that's-
brandished basketball bats
Basketball. Shit.
No,
Baseball.
Baseball bats.
Basketball bats.
I don't know
Now,
why I said basketball bats. It's because that's my knowledge of sports coming out there.
I thought it was
They,
because
what
basketball is dominated by
what
large
tool-
black men
in
with bats.
basketball, what tool do you use?
Your hands.
A ball? A ball? Is that what you call it?
that's tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a-
And they set off smoke grenades, screaming, "Get out of the fucking car! Get on the floor!" So they posed as they were abducting him,
Yeah.
you know. And then I don't know how they got him into the mankini. They said they threw all these things and basically scared the shit out of the
Smoke
dude.
bombs?
Smoke bomb grenades. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I was just going like
just throwing
throwing my
his-
hands. But people can't see what I'm doing.
It's not a
You
visual
guys can
medium.
I can't.
Yeah.
He developed shingles as a result of the ordeal and almost missed his own wedding due to stress.
Like,
Ouch.
you don't want those kind
No,
of friends.
I have seen. Have you seen the ones on the YouTube or the Fachasi book where they blindfold the groom and take him like to the edge of a pier where it's like a foot above the water, but tell him that he's bungee jumping. And so then, like, tie rope around his ankles. Okay, 3, 2, and so he jumps expecting to free fall hundreds of meters, but falls
goes,
face first. Yeah,
And breaks his neck?
Well, what about this?
yeah, and rolls into his wedding.
Speaking of pranks,
Pranksters.
we all love them, don't we?
Oh,
This one's called, which is in relation to what you just said about the tape. Did you say something about tape? It's called the gaffer.
Gaffer.
This one has to be. It has to be commended for its creativity. I don't agree with that.
No.
Basically, what you do is you get your mate, you get a whole bunch of gaffer tape, and you tape him to a pole somewhere
not good.
in the city.
Interesting. We had masking tape banned from our Year 9 class. Oh, that's it. No more masking tape because the teacher didn't turn up. So we masking taped Daniel such and such. I can't even remember his last name now. We masking taped him to a chair to such a degree that he couldn't move. It's very similar to that prank. And
So level of creativity should be commended.
it was
because
great.
They were doing it in year 9.
It was hilarious and it was all funny. And then he couldn't get out and started crying, and it was really,
Awkward.
really horrible. Just as the teacher walked in, so I
Yeah.
was sort of like, "Who'd
Fucking
who done it?"
pussy. Our brother, one of our brothers. His story is one of their mates, Buck's party. They hired a tipper truck, so just like a flat tray tipper truck, and they Jesus Christ posed the bark to the thing, and so they were driving through the city, and when they pull up at the red light, the traffic light, they would press the lift button.
Yeah,
And
Jesus.
the tipper would like.
That's more creative.
That's
It is,
creative.
but it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Why
but
would you do that to people?
I don't know. Like, you're on your way to Sunday mass, and
Debate.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
what about the fake tan?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fake tan.
Oh, then you
prank.
go show up to your wedding.
So-
Brown.
Bright orange.
What you do
Looking
is
like
you
it's called the Trump.
yeah, it's called the Oompa Loompa,
Oomps.
which I actually saw in Thailand. Dudes handcuffed to all each other, like 5 dudes walking down the street, all handcuffed. The first guy was dressed as a female Oompa Loompa with orange face, and they were off to the
Is that racist? Orange face?
yeah, for Oompa Loompas, they don't like being called
hate
that at all.
No, they prefer to be called
Ginger face.
Ginger face.
Freaks.
That doesn't hurt the gingers in any way, shape, or form.
What you do is when
Oompa
you're
head.
Ginger
Shut your face, Oompa head.
when your buddies
that.
asleep,
What's up there with Fanta pants?
you just
I
like
love
Phantom
Phantom
Pants?
Pants.
I do like Fanta pants. Yeah.
all you do is it's not very creative either. You just, when your mate's asleep, you just pour a whole bunch of fake tan on his fucking head.
Yeah. You will turn orange in that instance.
Like-
Yes, that's so fair. What about everybody likes to go, a very popular thing for Bucks turns these days is paintballing.
Paintballing is very popular.
Sure.
It is good. You get out there, you shoot a couple of dudes. I know that
They put the buck in the middle by himself. Run, bitch,
I know that
run.
our mate Icy Cool was. We went. He was an ex-army guy.
Yeah,
well,
he was.
because
He is an ex-army guy.
Well,
still.
he is now because he finished his army
It's
thing.
like the news.
So he kind of had the upper hand of like
Testicle cupping.
He knew what to do. He'd done the training.
Yeah.
He knew, so we team leader. Except it was down to he and I. He was
You're defending the base or whatever.
well, defending the base or trying to get the
Catch
flag,
my
or whatever we were
flag.
trying to do. And he's gone, cover me, right? And then run out. And then something came over me. This is why I know I'm not a
You
team
pinged
player.
him. Yeah.
I shot him so many times in the back of the head that
I think it's not a team
is
player.
like-
You shouldn't have a gun.
I just was so consumed by, like, we were going to win.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't resist shooting him in the back of the head.
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's team play, gun, cunt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That is me. Well, there's an extreme paintballing story here on a Bucks turn. Excuse me very much. Dan Littlejohn. Is that his real
Dan
name?
Littlejohn.
Dan Littlejohn.
Is he the guy who lost an inch and is suing?
Well, he needed emergency surgery.
Yeah, he did.
After
Here we go. Broke
after
his
a
cock with a hammer.
gonna be
below
cock-
the
It's
belt
definitely going to be cock related
Yeah.
for sure.
surgery after a below the belt paintball led his testicles to
Balls.
quote swell to almost twice their usual size, which isn't really that big.
Well, it's how small are your agates to begin
Like
with?
tiny little
Little marbles.
That's
Little-
neither here nor there. The 30-year-old was with a group of friends at a paintball centre in West Sussex when a
Something
shot
sus about this.
hit him in the
Yeah,
groin.
I like it.
Immediately, I felt like they were on fire because it's West Sussex. You see,
Yeah, I like it.
so it has to have
I
some
like
kind
it.
of
I like it a
accent.
lot.
Yeah, Little John said, I told the marshal I didn't want to show him and I didn't want to look, so I went behind a tree to make sure everything was okay. Guess what? If it wasn't, guess what? All I could see was one big testicle. And it was getting bigger. It got so bad, I was struggling to walk.
They should have put those leeches on there. Like we
Yeah.
from last week, Tim, we were doing our research about it. Was
Suck it out.
Stand By Me. We did the movie.
Good movie.
And there's a scene where
The
Geordie,
leeches?
or whatever his name is,
Yeah.
gets a leech on his nut.
Hates it.
And so we started to look up leech stories and ball bag related.
It was gross.
And so it's a treatment. There's
really
this,
bad.
Oh man,
Yeah, they
don't
use
go,
it to
don't,
suck
don't,
out poison and
don't
shit,
go to
don't they?
India. Like there's
Well,
this.
get one India.
Yeah, it was
Don't
like
go to India.
don't go to India.
You really mustn't go.
Some
Yeah.
bacterial thing that touches.
Expanded it to
It
blood
was-
retention and I used
Oh
it.
man, this guy was
Leech to
deep,
get it out.
Shit.
deep trouble.
Then he goes on to say, but I didn't make it home. It was my stag. So I had to put on a brave face, innit?
Isn't it?
I didn't realise how bad it was.
How bad was it?
His fiancée was later forced to drive him to
69, dude.
where doctors discovered a torn artery which
Oh.
caused severe internal bleeding.
See, swelling of the nuts has a little bit of humour. Torn artery.
Yeah, I
There
know
is
it
no-
makes it
nut
real.
department.
It really
no
makes
humour.
it really
Yeah.
gets real, doesn't it?
But what about this, right? If you
Right.
flick your nut,
Hurts.
it hurts. Eddie Murphy said that in Delirious.
Yeah.
So he's been shot in the cock
In
with
the
a
in the
paintball,
testes.
and he's
With a hammer.
managed to go with a hammer.
You got a
He's
hammer.
managed to go the whole day going, "Oh, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right, it's all
Isn't
right."
it? It's my stag party, isn't it?
Cock the hammer, isn't it?
The last time I did anything like serious to my agates, right? Terrible situation. Well, I was
Leaving
at
you quiet.
we were at a circus themed party, and they had juggling tools, and they had fire twirlers, and they had the old, the roper dopes with the little. They have bits of like a
Yep.
ball at the end, and you swirl them
Yeah,
around
yeah.
and around and
Twizzle,
around and around.
twizzle.
Twizzle, twizzle, figure of eight, figure of eight, figure of eight,
Finger of
straight
eight.
into my eggs. Right, and I'd
pay to see that show.
Went
Yeah.
down so hard.
He
Well,
went down.
you'll be happy to know that the two did marry 2 weeks later. The incident hadn't harmed their chance of having children. Although the groom did add, I felt like John Wayne walking down the aisle. All I could do was I could barely even get them into my wedding trousers. But I really did put a dampener on the day, innit?
Oh, little John.
Did not.
What's just what is the time of this episode at this point? Like, how far in do you reckon we are?
We're pushing an hour. We're nearly up to an hour.
Disappointing that we got to nearly an hour before someone came up
Did
with
it-
cock the hammer.
True.
We've been smashing cocks with hammers since like the first 3 minutes.
Oh my
True.
god.
That is true.
Start
Well,
again.
there
Do you
it is.
want to start again?
Yeah, start again.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, let's reveal our sources, Tim.
Yeah, I think we're nearly
should.
there.
I think
So,
we should.
I mean, we've got
Stag parties.
stag
Okay,
parties.
Cocks getting hammered.
Can I just interject there? So Americans and British, they say lollies, candies, and sweeties, right?
Yep.
So
Crisps.
There's stag, there's bucks party, and the reveal is bachelor party.
Bachelor
Yes,
So
Thomas
Here's the
Hanks.
film.
That's the American version, and that's what we were sort of talking about today.
So the film was Bachelor Party.
Starring Tom
Uh,
Hanks,
sorry.
1984.
Thanks.
Check it out, and it really does. I think what they did is just put together all the stories of all the stag parties and just try to jam them into one
Absolutely.
thing.
Well, it's the original Hangover sort of scenario, I think.
It is. Hangover is
Trailblazer.
the stag party that went wrong.
We really haven't.
People would have thought it was that film, but we're going retro, yo.
I wonder why they wouldn't.
Speaking of retro.
Don't worry about that. I wonder why they wouldn't have done part 2 to Bachelor Party. Why do you think they wouldn't have done that? Tim's having
That's one way to do
Tim's
it.
having a few issues.
I just dropped
over
my
there.
phone. It started to ring. I just dropped my phone because you're not allowed to answer your phone. during
Great
the podcast.
ending. This is
It
really,
really is great.
ended well.
So the stories. What did we talk about? We talked about
we talked. We talked
Groomsmen,
about
best
everything
man speeches, strippers,
cocks,
cocks,
balls,
whore,
wives.
strippers, stripper
peanut
names,
worms.
horrible things, good things, hammers. Things are so.
The abyss.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's probably a really good place to wrap it up.
I think we should wrap it up. There's no faithfulness today, but I will say, no, not today. Not today. There's nothing apart
Trigger
from.
pad isn't working.
Well, then our thought for the day, just to keep in theme with the blue, I only just recently heard someone say this so that it works out that you're being blue without being blue, and I hadn't heard it, and it made me laugh, was you're scared of something. What is it you can't face?
Oh, no.
Yeah. All right.
Loved it.
Yeah.
That's a quote from The Sound of Music.
Wrong movie.
Maria is the Mother
What is it
Teresa.
you can't face?
Mother Teresa says to us, "What is it you can't face?"
Dope.
Mother Superior.
I can't
Mother
face
Tere-
it. What
Mother
is it?
Teresa
What is it
didn't
you
say
can't
it.
face?
Mother Teresa did not
Shit.
say that.
Well, we'll get the quote.
Mother Teresa didn't.
Mother Superior.
Mother Superior.
Do we say Mother Teresa?
Yeah.
She never said that.
No, she
never
never
said
said
that.
She called no one can't face.
Died the day after Diana.
Oh.
Is it?
Yes, I didn't make the
Dirty
news. Or the day
Diana.
before. So it didn't make the news, really.
She hid behind it. She hid behind that.
She did.
Yeah.
So you're right. That would have been a really good place to wrap up.
I know.
Let's wrap it up.
But what I will say before we say that, let's
Please
say
do.
this.
No, say
Please go rate, review, and subscribe.
Yes, click on it,
iTunes.
like it, share
Yeah,
it, do
please
it.
Please do. We're getting our numbers up. It's really good.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Thanks for nothing.
Go listen to other podcasts and
Smash
Especially
yourself
ours.
in the cock with a hammer. Peace.
listen to some old episodes and some new episodes.
Why wouldn't you? Old episodes, new episodes.
Should we
Yeah.
say goodbye? My name is Timmy Tucker.
My name is Brick Johnson.
And on behalf of Turnstile Records presents the Escape Pods, my name is Jezbot, and we would like to thank all of you for listening. And as always, go love yourself.
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button. The ship will self-destruct in exactly 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
One pod left, and 3 of us.
The escape pod. The escape pod.
What if there are droids in the escape pod? The sensors wouldn't pick them up.
Escape puzzle says really nice. Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should go down. Goodbye.